I love my mama very much. Now you know that.
Hi, I'm Tara Blanchard and I'm part of Average Joe Sports Talk, and you are watching Average Joe Sports Talk.
All right, Miss Tara, welcome on. We are so glad to have you on. We're going to do this segment here just to get to know you a little bit better and find out, your love for the sport, obviously, and what kind of led you to get into with Average Joe. So we want to start by tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you grew up and what that was like growing up under your dad, who's a well-known coach, Coach Blanchard at Piedmont.
I grew up in Center, and my dad got his coaching start at Galesville, and he took their baseball team farther than they had ever been. And then he went on to Center, where he coached with Trip Curry, and he finished up and got his teaching degree. And then he went to Piedmont with Steve Smith, where we have all been. I went to Cherokee County until I was a junior, and then I transferred to Piedmont to go with my dad. And I mean, growing up as a coach's kid, there's lots of X's and O's, and everything in life has a lesson that goes with it. Everything's a coachable moment, and it'll make you crazy until you grow up and get out, and then you're like coaching your own children, and you're like, that's a coachable moment. It's a coachable moment.
So, like you said, growing up with your dad, he was at work a lot, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
What were some of the things that you took away from his hard work and seeing what he put into his career to get him to be as successful as he is today, multi-time state champion coach? It's
just anything that you do, it takes work. You're not just going to wake up one morning and be a state champion. You're not going to wake up one morning and be the boss of your company. You're not going to wake up one morning and just have everything fall in your lap. Like, you have to go, you have to work for it. Like, I remember when he was getting his degree, he would wake up at like 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning and just study and study and study because his kinesiology class was kicking his tail, and he didn't quit. And he kept on and kept on. He had note cards, he had notes. You have to work. Like, nothing is just handed to you.
Talk about what sports has meant to you personally. I know you played several sports, and you grew up in a family full of sports. What does sports mean to you growing up, during your lifetime?
It's life lessons. There are things in life. You learn how to be a team player. You learn how to, like, when you're at your job and things are not going your way, like, it can't always be about you. Like, you have to help other people out. Like, whether you're waitressing and bartending, like, you help bust the table, you help clear the table. Like, you have to help everybody out. Like, you have to be a team player. There's so many things that you learn from that. You learn perseverance. Like, when things get tough, you don't just quit, because I'm not going to go out with 2 points behind with 3 seconds left on the clock. Like, I want my 2 points. Like, I'm going for 3. It's just you have to keep going, and sports always push that home.
Who was some of the biggest inspirations for you growing up? Could be like a family member, or it could be a professional athlete or a coach that you had.
Oh gosh.
Or it could be multiple people that you really look up to.
That's a tough one. Like, that's going to take a minute. Like, the good thing
we got nothing but time.
Yeah, I was going to say, since the corona's here, like, y'all sit down, buckle up, wash your hands. Probably Alan Malden. He was my history teacher in high school. He was one of those where he was no nonsense, and you either love GAM or you're like, I don't like GAM. Then when you get out of his class, you're like, oh my God, I love GAM. And he has been wonderful. He has stayed with me through my entire, since my junior year. He's family now. Coach Smith, I always looked up to Coach Smith. I thought he was just the greatest thing ever, because he's a smart man. And as much as it pains me to say this through gritted teeth, like James Blanchard, like he is one to show you that not everyone's gonna like you, but you still get your stuff done and you come out on the other side. And and this, if someone could tag Deion Sanders in this, Deion, I love you so much.
That's awesome.
I wanted to name my kid after you. We ended up going with Madden because it sounded more feminine, apparently. But Deion Sanders, primetime, 91 Falcons, you're my hero. I worship the ground you walk on. Deion, call me.
Okay.
That is an average Joe's first.
That is an average Joe's first.
If it works, it won't be the last.
Speaking of average Joe's, what was it about average Joe's that kind of wanted you to come on board?
Oh gosh, it was your sparkling personality.
My personal
it was.
Heard that several times.
It was. It was on the. You guys just. so official. Everyone seemed to love you guys. You guys have such a presence. It's such a good time. Like, just in the few games that I was covering, that even if one of you were there, like Josh coming, and like it was always like I've known you guys my entire life, even though I've known you guys for like what, 45 minutes now. So I mean, like, it's just been great. You guys are the best.
What will you bring to Average Joe's, do you think, that can make Average Joe's go to that next level?
Well, I mean, everyone needs a female point of view, because, I mean, as you all know, like, if you're a girl, you're always right. Even when you're wrong, you're right. And you don't have to tell anyone that you're wrong. Like, you never have to go back and eat that. Like, you just have to be like, well, I'm a girl. I mean, like, I'm the only girl. Like, you can't tell me no.
To this point in your life, what are you most proud of?
My kid. She is 5. Her name is Madden. She's named Madden because one day she's going to be out and about, and there's going to be some little guy that comes up to her and he's going to say, what is your name? And she's going to say Madden, and he's going to say, oh, like the video game? And that's how she's going to weed out the losers, because she's going to be like, no, like the coach. And if you don't know who the coach is, then you don't get to know who I am. And that's our plan. And she, I mean, she's a spitfire. She's wonderful. She's smart. She's fun. She has no coordination, so I'm not too sure what sport she will do. It's kind of looking like track because she's got quick feet, but her eye-hand coordination is not there yet. We're working on it, but she is. She's my pride and joy.
And you say she's your pride and joy. Talk about your stupid little brother.
Oh my God, my little brother, Bailey. He is a wide receiver at West Alabama, and I mean, only I can make fun of him. Like, if anyone ever makes fun of Bailey, I will track you down like a rabid dog.
Now, with that being said, tell them why I called him stupid little brother.
He is my stupid little brother in my phone. I go, hey Siri, call my stupid little brother, and it, like, Siri doesn't even go, I don't know who your brother is. It just goes, okay, calling my stupid little brother. He's my stupid little brother. The age gap there is big enough that you would think that I would have, like, parented him and mentored him, and the only thing I taught him is adversity, and, like, sometimes you have to be tough. Like, if someone slams your hand in the car door, you still got to go play the game. Like, I taught him that. I don't know why my mom was so upset. Like, look at him now. Look at him, Rhonda.
Let's talk about your superstar cousin, Cody Blanchard.
Cody B.
He's Mr. Football in Alabama. He started at JSU and beat Ole Miss on the road. Let's talk about him. Maybe Josh can get some of those great pictures that you told us about.
Well, you know, and I thought about those great pictures, and those will come with a price, because where I have great ones of him, he has even greater ones of me.
That he has told me at a baseball game.
Like
Yeah,
Josie
and
Grossi-ish?
Josie Grossi pictures are in my family's possession. Like, I literally spend half of my day untagging myself in pictures on Facebook and then reporting them for nudity, so Facebook eats them and they're gone. But yes, Cody, he's a year younger than I am. He grew up like little brother. We grew up, you know, literally down a dirt road from each other, riding back and forth on our bikes to each other's houses. I can remember we used to say, can we have a friend spend the night? And our parents would be like, oh, well, your cousin just spent the night. Well, that's not a friend. Like, that's not fun. But I mean, he's always been a true competitor. We would play backyard baseball, and we would pick our teams, and neither one of us wanted to lose, ever. And the nail in your coffin was if you had to have my mom on your team. And we would beat each other up to try to not have to have my mom on our team, because you don't want to lose any credit in your backyard baseball game. You just don't. I mean, like, we have gotten in, like, knockdown dragouts over games of Uno, over games of Guess Who, over riding bikes, over who can climb a tree higher, who can run faster. It's been our whole lives, and I'm here to tell you that Cody has beaten me numerous times, but I've beaten him as well. What do you want, Reggie?
I was going to ask who would win in the fight between you and Cody, but you just
In this moment, me.
Oh.
You hear that, B? I'll take you down.
Does the Ole Miss story get told every Thanksgiving?
And I want to tell you, this wasn't any fluke. I mean, they played very well. I'm talking about Jacksonville State.
This was a 4th and goal play in overtime. Brandon Bolden saves the Rebels for a moment. Second overtime, another one of their fine backs. Enrique Davis goes in, and Haditati Gashamani, Rebels up by 7, 4th and 15. This ought to do it. This ought to end the dream for Jack State. 4th and 15. Cody Blanchard, a true freshman. Touchdown! Kevin Cooper. You're going to go for 2 and win it, right, Mayday?
Absolutely. You're on the road.
And they do! Calvin Middleton. Jacksonville State wins it.
Just a great play. It was a shovel pass.
Oddly enough, no, because our dads, Fran is Cody's dad, James is my dad, they like to go back into their glory days. They both played football at Jack State as well. It was almost like the family thing. Like Bailey broke some hearts when he went to West Alabama, but we love Livingston. Coach P, you are a hero as well. But that's usually where we go back to, is when Fran and James were in Jacksonville together, and they've got some wild stories. But I can't tell them. I'm not at liberty.
You think they would get shut down by the FCC?
Probably, yeah, well, that, and Facebook might remove this video, so.
What would your life and your family's life be like if you were not involved in sports at all? How much different?
Oh gosh, it would be, it's one of those things like where I'm thinking like all the sitcoms that I like to binge watch, and how they always like float back to like, if this one moment in history, like, my life would be like I'd be 75 pounds heavier and married to someone that I hate, and then I look and I'm like, I've already done that. So it's one of those things, like if we didn't have sports, I feel like there would be a lot of just rolling over and quitting, because I have not always made the wisest choices, but somehow I always kind of,
Far fewer door slams on the hands.
Yeah, that's true. Like really my biggest thing is, sports, they've just always been there. Like they've forged so many friendships. They have forged so many like relationships. Like Cindy Young is one who, her son Peyton and my brother played together. Like Cindy's been with me basically my entire life. We say that she raised me. She's another hero. I should have thrown that in there. But the sports it teaches you loyalty. It teaches you, fighting through adversity, being a team player. I can't imagine not having sports in our lives. Like, what do you do on Sundays? I don't know. What are you guys doing? It's Corona Teen 2020. So what do you do on Sundays? You sit in Bo's driveway and make a video. That's what you do.
You told your brother minding our own business. What about you?
Yeah, that's what I tell my brother.
All right, so I'm going to ask you some outlandish questions. I want to get your take on it.
Okay.
Are UFOs real?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No life outside of Earth?
Well, it's one of those things where I almost have to, I'm a blissful ignorance kind of person, and I feel like if I ever dove deep enough into it, that I'd be petrified, like tinfoil hat, like not going outside, petrified.
I'll take you to five for this.
Please
don't.
I don't want to.
What's a conspiracy theory you think's real?
The Illuminati.
Oh, that is real.
Okay, see, look at me. Of course I'm right. I'm the only girl.
That's right. That's part of it. Nobody's arguing. Favorite carnival food?
Hot dogs. Like, I will throw filet mignon to the wind if you have a good hot dog. That sounded terrible. That sounded so bad.
So we're talking like Chicago dog or State Dodger dog?
Denny dog.
There's
There's a Nathan's is my favorite. Like, there is a Nathan's in Panama City that you can ask my fiance. He wanted to take me out to dinner one night, and I was like, actually, could you take me to Nathan's? Favorite day ever that I've ever had. We went to Nathan's. I got like a hot dog with anything they would put on it. It was the best night of my life. Then I went and beat his face off in skee ball, and it was fantastic. Oh, I'll beat any of you in skee ball anywhere, anytime. Like, you name it.
How many hot dogs do you think you could?
In one sitting, 47.
You think you could eat 47?
I feel like I could. I also feel like I could do that.
You said it like you had done it.
No, but I also feel like, do you remember when the Trump challenge went around to being like the 2 filet of fish and the 2 Big Mac and having the large fry and the large drink? Like, I really feel like I could do that too, but I'm petrified to find out. Like, I'm getting married in November. Like, I'm scared to find out. I feel like I could do that. Oh no. Here they are. I will say this
Illuminati,
though.
they started rolling up on us.
The Denny dogs at Bryant-Denny Stadium almost wrecked my, like, Ben wanted to break my neck at the LSU game because we had gotten acclimated to having like these really good tickets, and these tickets were not the best. Like, we were way up high. We were in like those concession stands where like the bottom of the barrel workers. And I will take that to the mat. Like, if you were in the concession stand, the game where Alabama played LSU, and you are not the person, and you are the person who gave me a naked Denny dog, I will take you to the skee ball mat, and I will beat your pants off as well. I'm so mad. I am so mad. But I have replicated the Denny dog sauce, so what's up?
You replicated the Denny dog.
And it was fantastic.
Those are good, by the way.
They are the best. They're the best. I could eat 47 Denny dogs in one day.
All right, here we go. So on a normal day, nothing special, from the time you open your eyes to the time you walk out of your house, how long does it take you to get ready?
Like a normal day for me, like going to work?
Yep.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Like, am I counting in my exercise and things? Or am I just going, like,
ready.
just getting ready? Gosh, I'm ashamed to say it, but, like, just getting ready for work, like, pull my hair up, throw on some Nike shorts and a t-shirt, like, 15 minutes. I brush my teeth. But, like, if I'm getting ready to, like, go somewhere, like, it's 2.5, 3 hours.
2.5 hours?
I get distracted. I watch Hulu. I'm a Desperate Housewives fanatic. I'm binging that right now. Like, I can't function without having it on in the background, so.
Okay, I got you. What's your biggest phobia?
Snakes.
Snakes?
Snakes.
You ever had any run-in with snakes before?
Actually, at work on Friday, I went and I opened the garage door for the elderly couple I sit with, me and Poppy, and there in shot a snake. I swear up and down that it was a black snake with a blue belly, and then I had to Google it because I'm not getting close to it, and then it said that it was like a venomous snake from like New Zealand, and I was like, what would the odds be that someone had someone had captured this snake and brought it to the States, and then they let it loose in that garage, and that's the only explanation that there really could be because of the Illuminati.
You had a run with the Alabama, New Zealand blue belly.
I did, and I mean, like, now, and I called Cindy because it's her parents that I work with, and she said, well, can you run it out of the garage? And I was like, I'd rather have the Corona. For sure. Like, I ain't going back out there.
What drives you the most at this point in your life?
My kid, she's a little bit spoiled, but I want her to have everything. So that's, making sure that I'm doing things for her, with her being in my head at the end of the day with everything. It's Madden.
I got you.
Cool kid.
Favorite sports movie of all time?
Trying to think. Like, I'm like, I know everyone says Remember the Titans, and it's good, and Rudy is good, but I'm gonna have to go a semi-pro with Will Ferrell.
I watched that.
That my child was actually
Jackie
born to the movie Semi-Pro.
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon.
I love it.
Repeat what you just said.
They had a TV in the hospital room. They're like, what do you want to watch? I was like, Semi-Pro. We put it on. Madden was literally born to the hippie going, Jackie, no one will take this check. And he's like, well, you got to go to a really big bank.
You remember that?
Yeah, I had an epidural. I was not focused on childbirth. I was wondering where is he going to cash that really big check at a really big bank. This is not fun, but that's good.
Celebrity crush?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell? Mm-hmm. Oh gosh. Of everybody?
I've heard a female say that before.
I feel like, okay. I say Will Ferrell, we'd have the best time together. We would laugh so hard all the time. I bet he could eat 48 Denny dogs. I'd let him beat me at that. Like, that'd be the only thing I'd let him win at. But then, like, if we're going for, like, just stone cold, like, Fox, like, Holy Toledo, The Rock. Like, Dwayne, you can call me too. Dion, I just want to pick your brain, but Dwayne, you can take me out for Denny dogs.
All right, and give me your dream car. What is Tara's dream car?
In high school it was something totally different. Like, I wanted a red Eclipse, and then as I got older, like, it varied, and now I drive a Jetta, but now I'm like in mommy mode, and I'm like, I need something bigger because my kid's at that age where everything that she's holding in her hand, she's like, I need to take this with me and this with me. So I mean, I guess right now, like, my dream car, like, I would be just 100% tickled pink with a Hyundai Tucson. Like, that way my kid can't put her feet up on the console because she's still in the car seat and, like, be touching the radio with her toes. Like, I need her to have some distance in the back.
Priorities have changed.
They have, just a smidge, because just thinking of putting her car seat in a Porsche makes my stomach roll. Oh God.
I like it.
I'm breaking a sweat thinking about that.
Where do you see Average Joe's in 5 years from where it came in just a year and a half of existence?
Oh, ESPN segments for sure. I think so.
And finally, final question here. Yourself, where would you be in 20 years? And what will you be doing?
Let's see, in 20 years, I'll be celebrating my 29th birthday for the 21st time.
She did that.
I did. Gosh.
It's Madden very quick.
I went to school for sports broadcasting in Austin Peay, met my first husband, left, didn't finish school, so I'm hoping to have a degree soon, like really and truly. Reggie, hold on to your hat for this. I want to take classes online at Tuskegee, and I want my criminal psychology degree. Like, I've kind of gone a different direction because I realized that having a 5-year-old kid, like interning at, you know, ESPN would be like unpaid, would be like not the best life choice I could make. But like, I'm obsessed with like Ted Bundy and like all the Criminal Minds kind of stuff. Yes, so I would love to get my degree in criminal psychology and maybe be somewhere like, you know, walking into a crime scene and being like, oh, he did it because he hates his mom, and like just walking out. Everyone's like, okay, yeah, cool. That's the answer. Like that's where I see myself in 20 years, like being no nonsense. Like, my kid's gonna graduate and she's gonna have herself together. I'll probably have more cats. I'll have more cats.
You're gonna be the crazy cat woman?
I have 2 cats already.
So you started already?
Yeah, I started. Like, I'm just gonna keep collecting them as time wears on, and eventually, like, Ben's gonna get tired of that, and I'm just gonna have to be like, he's like, you have to pick between me and the cats. And I'm gonna be like, can I love you from across the street? But I mean, like, we'll see. Who knows? I'm not a fortune teller. Only the Illuminati really knows. What can you do?
Thank you so much.